welcome back to Cecilia's Spot. On this episode, we're going to make a really cute plaid hooded dress. And it's actually for Christmas, I decided. As you can see, I've got really cute little decals on there. Well, they're not decals, they're actually fleece that I hand sewed on there. But this is the front of the one that I've designed here. As you can see, it's long sleeves. There's also a hood. It's detachable, okay, because as you can see with this one, I have these little pom-poms, and I was afraid if she pulls them off when she's napping or something, she might chew on them and choke on them, so we didn't want any of that. Now, you can use this pattern for any time of the year. You can also, during this tutorial, see that I did decide that you can do this without sleeves too, and it would be like a little jumper without the sleeves and the hood, and the whole thing could be Velcro then. And there's a couple, throughout this video you'll see there's a couple kind of editing and remaking because I kind of designed this whole thing myself and I had to make some changes along the way. So you can check out the website for the pattern, and there's all different sizes on there. I started out with one that I thought would be good for 12 months, but the pattern ended up being much bigger for like 18 months, so I kind of trimmed it down a little bit for that. That's why the hood looks a little big on this one. But I will post a couple different sizes for the pattern on ceciliaspot.com. And I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, concerns, or you want to post your picture below, you should. It would be awesome. All right, let's get started. Okay, welcome back to Cecilia's Spot, where fun and creativity collide. Now, I cut out my pattern pieces. The pattern will be listed below the link for this lovely little plaid Christmas dress. Doesn't have to be for Christmas either. I mean, if you use different fabric, that's fine. So what I did was I cut out two of the dress pattern, and this is unfolded because you cut it on the fold, and then this is two of the sleeves, and then this is two of the hood. They don't unfold, so that's kind of how you can tell they're different there. And then there's actually two of these pockets with the little extra pieces. I put the other one on there just so you could see. It's not sewn or anything, but for the idea. And I'm going to put a button on it. So the first thing that you actually want to do, that I'm going to do, is take this little pocket here. And you can, if you have a serger, you can serge around the edges. You can zigzag real tight around these edges here, just so it doesn't fray. You see the fraying here. And then what I'm going to do is take this little guy. I'm going to put it on there, and I'm just going to sew right here, up here, and around there. Okay, just to make a little extra on the pocket. You don't have to do that, of course. And depending on the type of your fabric, if you cut it a little longer, sometimes you can fold it. This one, obviously, I didn't like the look of it and such, so I'm not going to do it that way. So go ahead and sew your pockets together here, and then we'll go to the next step. So I actually zigzagged it together right around. And then I was going to fold it under to get more of a straight hem, but I do really like the zigzag look, so I'm going to leave it the way it is. You can see it's frayed and stuff, and I'm going to go around just starting on the top here, and I'm going to zigzag just right there, and then this is going to stay open. And you can see I already put my buttons on for the Christmas look. So, you know, it's your preferred method, and depending what type of fabric you're using, as far as if you want to just zigzag around it, or if you want to, you know, fold it in, pin it, and then make just like a straight stitch. But again, like I said, with this plaid and everything, it just looks really good. I like it that way. So that's what I'm going to do. And I did measure. It's about 2.5 inches, both of these from the side. Okay, now that you've sewed your pockets on, they should be pretty functional there. And I got my Christmas colors going. We're going to move on to the hood. Of course, this is optional if you want a hood or not, but I do want one on mine. So I have my two pieces, and I actually have, you know, the the fabric that I want on the outside facing each other on the inside, okay? So that's what you want to do just with anything else. And all you're going to do is have your two pieces like this, and you're just going to go ahead and sew it right along here. Okay, and that's going to form the fabric for the actual part of the hood, okay? So go ahead and do that, and then flip it right side out. Okay, so this is what the hood looks like when it's sewn together, and I'm going to trim this a little bit. But you can, the ends here, you can either just hem this, you can add some of that lovely bias tape there, you can kind of get creative, it's up to you what you want to do, or just serge or zigzag it if you want. I have some of this really neat ribbon that I got with these cotton balls on the end. So what I'm actually going to do is sew that all the way around the edge of the hood to make it look cute. Okay, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about attaching the hood. Okay, as you can see, I have sewn this on very tight using a zigzag and a regular straight stitch. Now you do want to be careful, I realize, with this type of one because of these little cotton balls. Obviously it's a choking hazard. They are on there pretty good, but you know, you never know, chewing them off or whatnot. But so what I'm going to do for my little one is actually put Velcro on the bottom here. It's the iron-on Velcro, so I have it stuck and I'm just warming up my iron now to heat it on. And then I took my back piece here and I put the other piece of Velcro right across the top. Now, if you are not doing this and you just hem this or use something else, that's fine. You can actually just go ahead and attach it to the back side as well. Okay, so before you attach your front piece to your back piece, you want to figure out what you're doing here with the front collar. Whether or not you just want to fold it in and hem it, that's fine. You know, you can use whatever you like. If you want a ribbon there, just want to zigzag it, use your serger, that's fine. But you want to do that at this point. And what I have done is the same ribbon with the pom-poms that was on the hood. I cut the little pom-poms off because of the choking hazard, and I'm just going to line it with this for the inside, and then we will talk about attaching the front to the back. So this is the dress so far. Now if you want to make this like a little jumpsuit, that's fine, with no sleeves, you know, then she can wear like a little onesie underneath. What you would want to do then, if that's what you want, I used actual Velcro too for this, and that would work out well for the little jumpsuit. But what you'd want to do next is turn it inside out. So you turn it inside out and line up the sides and then sew both of the sides, okay? You'd also want to decide as far as this goes. You could do this before you sew the sides or after. It's probably easier actually if you do it before you sew the sides. Decide what you want to do with the sleeve holes. If you just want to hem it, that's fine. Or you can add ribbon to the end, the bias tape, whatever you want to do. I would probably do this lovely little ribbon around it so it would match. But you'd want to hem it, so say you're going to hem it first. Okay, so you do that, and then you turn it inside out, you know, you'd sew down both sides, and then the last thing you do is the bottom. So you'd want to, same thing, hem it or use your bias tape, whatever you want to do. And then that would be like your little jumper that you could wear a onesie underneath if you like. Or in the summer, you don't need the onesie, obviously. So that's that. Okay, so if you're going to do the sleeves, what you can do is you can either sew this on the top. I mean, Velcro, you're welcome to do the Velcro, but you do have to sew the sleeves in, unless you're doing full Velcro sleeve, like ripped sleeves, but that's a lot. So you can either sew these on, or, you know, these are Velcro, this is for the other demonstration. or you can put like a button there. Like I said, the sides are going to be sewn with the sleeve. So the next step that we're going to do is actually the sides. So what you want to do is turn the fabric you want on the outside facing each other on the inside. So pattern against pattern. And this one, as you can see, is kind of hard to tell because it's pretty much the same on both sides. But most of the patterns you can tell what's the back and what's the front. And I know because of the Velcro that I have on. So you're going to line them up, the sleeve holes and everything. Now if you want, you can kind of serge this if you have a serger. I don't. So you can zigzag stitch down if you want so that it's not fraying like this so much. But what you're going to do then is actually just sew right on down both sides, same thing, okay? And then you'll turn it right side out. And okay, so that would be it, like I said before, if you're not doing sleeves, but I am going to add sleeves and show you how to do that. So you have your sleeves here, and what you want to do here is this will be where you're going to connect it. So you want to line it up, and you want to sew from before this curve here, right like that, okay? And you want the pattern that you want on the outside, you actually want that here on the inside, just like everything else, facing each other. Okay, and then if you want like a cuff on the end, I kind of cuffed mine inwards and just sewed it, or you can sew it on later. But what you want to do, like I said, is fold it. You're going to sew it like that and then put it right side out, which is what this one I've done already. And I made a little cuff for it. So you can do that before if you want to open like this, or you can do it after and just go right around and sew it, or you can add whatever you want, bias tape or whatever on the outside is fine. Alright, so after you've kind of got your sleeve ready, this one here you can see, what you want to do is turn your project inside out, and then you go to your sleeve area. You take your sleeve and you see this is where the part that's going to connect. So actually what you do is you just take this sleeve and you put it right inside there. And you line it up inside and you just sew it right around. You pin it and sew it, and then you'll turn it right side out, and then it'll be fine. So you keep it with the right side out for the sleeve, but the main part, you know, is inside out. And then you take this and you actually put it in between the two and line it up. You know, make sure your little hemlines meet here. And then you just sew it around, and that's that. So you'll do that for both of the sleeves, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the sleeves a little more detailed. So you have your inside out, your dress inside out here, and here's the sleeve hole. You have your sleeve, okay, and you see where you sewn it together. So you take it, and all you do is you actually pull it right through your sleeve, and then you just want to turn it so the part that you have already sewn together on the sleeve lines up with where you've sewn the dress together. Okay, I don't know how well you can see this, but you're going to line it up just around the sleeve here and pin it. And then you're going to go ahead and sew all the way around. And you just have to be careful because obviously you don't want to sew through both sides. You just want to sew the one side all the way around in a circle. Okay, and then turn it right side out. Okay, so after you have attached your sleeves, And this is my Velcro hood here. It's kind of up to you to do any kind of embellishments you want. I have used the ribbon here. Like I said, I cut these little cotton balls off because I didn't want my little girl to pull them off and choke on them. That's why I made this Velcro, so that I could take it off if she's going to take a nap or anything. But I did add these to the sides. And then this is the back of the dress. And then I kind of just cut out some fleece here and made my own little gift with some holly on it. So that's the back of the dress. And then the front, as you can see, we got the cute little hood and my pockets. I made this little reindeer. I cut it all out and kind of hand sewed everything here. And I have my little reindeer popping out of this pocket. And this one's got a little Christmas tree, okay? And then the bottom for mine, I just left it. I did a zigzag stitch around it so it doesn't fray quite as much, but I do kind of like the little look with the plaid. It's, you know, more rustic, outdoorsy, so that's what I decided to do, but you are welcome to do whatever pattern you want. And that's it. All done. Check out Cecilia's spot for more information, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.